lady.
Hello. There's a lot of help. All right. Let's do it. I was going to say this is the chick table, but I'm sorry. I didn't see it.
He's an honorary kid. An honorary kid.
All right. Okay.
Nikita has a new role.
Does.
Season 3. Can you tell us a little bit about it and how she's going to be taking on this?
It's funny. I think she's got two dynamics going on in the third season. And the first is that she's now got this enormous sort of weight lifted, which is that she, she's not looking over her shoulder anymore, every second. She doesn't have to hide in a lair or a house or an apartment. She can go and have dinner or go to yoga or have a coffee. I mean, that's never happened for her. So that's incredibly freeing and sort of moving her in the direction she wants to, which is, like the house, fence. I don't know if it's white, maybe it's black. She, at the same time, I think is going to run into a bit of an issue after the initial honeymoon period where she sort of realize in a bigger way once she gets into it that she's got a boss now, which is not very Nikita. She's been rogue for so many years that Nikita's not really used to someone telling her how to do things. Mainly how to do things. They all have the same objective. They're going after these rogue agents that have taken out their trackers and who are now, a threat. So they're going after these people, but Nikita's got her way, and I don't think that it's acceptable to a government agency that she do things only the way that she wants to do them, and I think that's going to be an issue. So you've got this, you've got this one thing that happens, and you've got the other.
She's a little bit of an authority.
She's a little bit of a this is the way, totally, this is the way I do things, and so Ryan Fletcher's going to be kind of in that position of, okay, no, I get it that you got him, but we don't do that. Like, we don't expose this to do this. Like, we've got to be legit now. And she's like, legit, right? It's one of those things. So that I think is going to be an issue.
And how is that personal life? How is she handling that?
I think it's going to be fun seeing her on the street and like having a woman walk up to her and say, I love you, and her go, oh. But I also am looking forward to the sort of awkwardness of that, because you never get to see Nikita in an awkward position in that way, right? And so the things that are easy for other people are going to be hard for her, and the things that are hard for other people are obviously easy for Nikita.
Right.
So I sort of like the switch of dynamics. It's going to be cool.
I know we talked back in the first season about you coming into TV and what it was like for you to make that transition. So we're 3 years in now. How's it been now that obviously this is a big cult hit for you? What's it been like for you?
Fun, so fun. I don't wake up in the morning and nobody has to push me to go to work. I'm like excited to go to work every single day. So for me, I've always read about movie actors going to TV, and I've always read about them saying well, it's different because you get to grow with character, and that's weirdly satisfying, to be married to this, well, essentially you're in a long-term relationship, right? To be married to this person and grow with them, and they're right. I mean, I obviously I had nothing to reference before, but now that I'm doing it, it's not the same character. No character is, just like I'm not the same person I was 3 years ago, neither is Nikita, and so you really are growing a character, and it's so fun for me. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a point where I'm like, okay, I've done all I can do with her, but I'm not there yet, which is nice, and we've got the opportunity for another year of this, so.
I appreciate all the hard work you're doing.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. I really appreciate when people say that, because I'm like, I wonder if people know how hard this is.
It has to be hard. It moves so fast.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. It's like making an action movie every week. And action movies, they're finite.
How much time is spent in rehearsal? Like some of the action scenes? It's almost like the choreography.
I mean, I wish I had actual rehearsal time. I was so idealistic in season 1. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have all this training and stuff. And then when I realized I don't get to sleep, that got a lot harder. It's sort of, I was like, I either make time to train or I sleep. Literally, that's what it was in the first and in the second season. So for me, it's about finding balance. But I'll do things like give up my lunch hour and just go in. I'll eat on set while we're filming, and then during my lunch hour, go and train with the choreographer. But I do it a lot, actually. And then on weekends, he thinks he has a life, but he doesn't, because I call him all the time. He'll come to my house, and we'll be in the backyard, or I'll go to his whatever. So this is just my own stuff. This is not something that's organized. This is not like me calling production and going, hey, can you schedule a training time for me? I just do it. I don't, I'm like, look, I have 60 seconds. Hey, can you come down and we do it? That's the only way. It's the only way. Otherwise, I would just suck.
That's so much commitment.
It's so much commitment. I feel like you have to show your gratitude to have an opportunity like this through your commitment, right? I mean, is there any other way, I guess?
As a follow-up to that, last year at Comic-Con, a fan had asked you about your favorite move, and you walked up a member of the audience. And did the
it was
move.
so fun. Good thing he was so big.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. And so, that was from season 1. Do you have any? That was your favorite move from season 1.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorites from season 2? Anything new and fun that you got to do?
It's still my favorite move, actually. I mean, I feel like it's one of Nikita's things.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it's classic.
You're walking
and I've never seen anyone do it on television ever. I don't even know if I've seen them do it on movies, unless it's something fantastical, like a comic book movie. But I love that move. I love that guys are big, and she's just like, I think that's so weird and fun. But we had 2 different choreographers in the first and second season. And the first season, the choreographer was my guy from LA, and he did me a huge favor by doing Nikita, because he does the Avengers. I mean, the guy is he does the biggest movies in Hollywood, and we were friends. And so I said, please come up and do Nikita for the first season and set me up, and make sure that the action's good. And we've done 3 movies together, so he was like, yeah, I'll come. So he did, which was huge. And in the second season, we had to find someone new, which was really scary for me, because I worked at a certain level. Yeah, and the guy that came in was to use your word, so committed, as committed as I was. And I was like, look, dude, there's a few moves that we gotta keep doing. He's like, all right. Yeah. But we didn't do it as much. And so in the third season, I want to bring some other stuff back that are old favorites, and also create some new signature stuff for her. That would be fun.
Sorry, did you need one more?
Oh yeah, go for it. I just want to ask about the rogue agents. Going back to that, Nikita was rogue for a while, but she was trying to bring down division. She thought it was the right thing. What if these rogue agents think what they're doing is the right thing?
Well, exactly, and we're going to explore that. We are going to explore that, which is cool, and which is what makes it interesting, right? I mean, it was we had one episode where one of the guardians was a woman, right? And she was married to this cop, and he had a kid. And it was like, what? Right. And she just sort of wanted a life, and that sort of really upset Nikita, because she felt like she was entitled to that, and she didn't want to take her down. That's not fair, because she wants the things Nikita wants. I mean, in my opinion, she hasn't been brave enough to make that leap in that direction. I think she still has things to do. So, but it's a really, really smart question, and we are going to be exploring the stories of these people. We're looking at more standalone episodes this year, which is good. They can't all be Terminators. How interesting is that, right? So it really depends, I think, the way they take them down, what the intention of this person is. The first episode of season 3, we're starting with a guy who's like a monster, and so that's going to be fun. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming.